everybody, it's Cassie from thethriftycouple.com. Today I'm going to do something that many of you have asked for me to do live, and that is to show you how to make the most perfectly cooked whole chicken in an Instant Pot. And so I'm doing that for you today. First, let me just check and make sure that I can see you on the page so that I can help answer any questions along the way. And I've already made one because it takes 40 minutes in the Instant Pot, but 40 minutes is all that you need for a perfect rotisserie chicken. So in the text above, you're going to find a couple of links. One is to let you know where I get my meat from, where I get my whole chickens from, and where I get my chicken breast, ground beef, everything else that we buy, where I get that. And then also the link to the Instant Pot that I have. And I have the 7-in-1, you can pan over here, sweetie. I have the 7-in-1 6-quart Instant Pot, okay? I've already pre-cooked one chicken so that you don't have to sit here and look at me for 40 minutes while it's cooking. So I want to show you the after. Then we're going to put one in, and then I'm also going to show you how I divide the chicken into 3 to 5 meals for our family of 7 that eat the chicken. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to watch you guys here and make sure that I can answer your questions. So first, let me get my pan, and we will open this up and see what this chicken looks like, okay? So this one, I want to give you a heads up real quick before we do this, that when you cook chicken in an Instant Pot, you are not going to get a crispy skin. The whole thing is going to be soft and super, super moist, but if you are looking for that roasted chicken flavor, bake it in the oven. Don't do it in an Instant Pot. This is going to literally fall off the bone, or it should, okay? So let's go ahead and open it up. I'm going to have my daughter come over here and help me, and then I'll have her wash it up. Okay, so as you can see, we've got a whole chicken that is perfectly cooked. I'm going to pull it out. Can you see that well? You can come closer, sweetie. Let me move this closer. My daughter's videotaping, as y'all know, that that's going to literally fall off the bone. I'm trying to get it out, but it's already falling off the bone. That's how perfectly cooked it is. So let's just take it piece by piece here. Okay, we have a thigh, and it makes it so perfect for serving because it's super moist and just delicious and fall off the bone in 40 minutes. And I enjoy making a lemon basil flavor to my chicken, but I use my whole chickens for all kinds of purposes. I use them to make casseroles, to make soups, to make chicken tacos, chicken enchiladas, all of those kinds of things. And so there you go. Here's this chicken here. And you can see it's stuffed with lemon and basil, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do. But no matter what I'm using the chicken for, I love to have that lemon basil flavor in the chicken because it gives it such a rich and vibrant flavor. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside, and we're going to make a whole new one and put it in here. So we're going to have to wash this up real quick. So I'm going to set this over here, and it is hot, so I need to use my hot pads to clean. It's not very often that I cook one thing right after the other here in my Instant Pot. We get a couple of the remaining meat pieces out, and then we will wash it up. Okay, so hang on 1 second. It'd be nice if I had 2 Instant Pots just to run from one task to the next, huh? But we're going to have to wash this up. I just wanted you to see the end without having to wait 40 minutes to see the end. So, hey babe, put this chicken back over here and let her show that again while I'm washing this. Got my helpers in here today, my 2 oldest daughters. So we can look at this chicken and see how well cooked it is. Zoom in on it while I'm washing this. Just enjoy that for a minute while I'm getting this ready. And then we will make our lemon basil whole chicken, and then we're going to divide it up to be able to make 3 to 5 separate meals for the whole family from one rotisserie chicken. I love this whole chicken. I buy this chicken from a meat co-op, and I've put the link above so that you can see which meat co-op. It's a nationwide co-op. I get all of my meat from them. It's really, really great quality. These chickens only end up costing me a few dollars each, which is really great. They don't have any added hormones or any added antibiotics. And so they are on the because they are fresh from the farm and more natural. And so because of that, I usually, like if I buy a rotisserie chicken from Sam's Club or Costco, I can usually get 5 mils out of it, those pre-cooked ones. These ones that are smaller from my meat co-op, I can usually get 3 to 4 because they're just a little bit smaller. So, okay, I have my Instant Pot clean now. So now I'm going to rinse my whole chicken and show you how I do this. Okay, so I'm going to pull the chicken here and I'm going to rinse it. Okay, could you grab me a paper towel? And then we're going to pat it dry, okay? All right, pat this dry. Thank you. And then I'm going to stick in what I recommend for stuffing chickens. The easiest way to keep all the ingredients inside is to get like a tall bowl of some kind and just flip them upside down so that you can have access to the inside of the chicken there, okay? Go ahead and move that chicken for me, love. I'm going to wash my hands real quick. Okay, hang on. And then we're going to make our chicken. So what I do to make whole chicken first is I'm going to add olive oil into the bottom of my Instant Pot. And you can come on in close, babe, when I'm doing this. I'm trying to direct my daughters about how to help me while they're filming and while we're doing a live video. This whole thing is a big family event, huh? Okay, so I'm going to put olive oil in the bottom of that. Then I'm going to take a lemon and cut it into slices and put the slices at the bottom of this pan. This just helps seal in some additional lemon flavor. Like I said, I love adding the lemon basil flavor to it, no matter what I'm going to do with it, whether it's soup, even if it's like a taco, like a chicken taco or taco casserole. Just having that lemon basil flavor just really gives the chicken a nice rich flavor, regardless of whatever I'm going to use it for, especially if you're just eating it without putting it in a casserole or anything. This lemon basil flavor is awesome. Okay, so I have my lemons there. The next thing I'm going to add to the bottom of this pan is whole garlic cloves, okay? Just a few, because we're going to put the rest inside of the chicken. So we're going to stuff the chicken here as well. But the chicken's going to sit on top of this, and so that flavor is going to infuse as this heats up. It's going to infuse into the chicken. Okay, so there you have that. Now we're going to prepare our ingredients for inside the chicken, and I've got a lot of it ready beforehand so that you didn't have to sit here and watch me do this long process. Do you want to come over here and help me, darling? So I wanted to show you, there's lots of different ways to get the garlic out of the clove, and I find garlic really annoying to prepare to use, and so I found a few little tricks. So let me see if I can show you that here. Okay, so I'm going to get my fingers wet so that my fingers are wet, okay? And what I do, it doesn't always work, okay? Sometimes it works, but it helps tremendously. I break off the ends, and then because my fingers are wet, the skin just slides right off of the garlic. It is one of the easiest ways to peel garlic, is by breaking the ends. This one's a little small, so it's hard for me to get my fingers around it. And then you just peel the garlic with your wet fingers. Sometimes you might need to cut off the ends with a knife if you didn't have enough breakage there. They have to be a little bit bigger, but you can get most of it off, okay? So again, break it off, just like that. See how it just peels right off? And then the wet fingers kind of just help the rest of the skin to peel off, okay? All right, so that's my trick for garlic. I've prepared most of it, but that's how I get the peels off. And so I'm going to use the garlic I peeled earlier for the rest of it, okay? Then I'm also going to prepare my lemon. I did lemon slices in the bottom of our pan, but for the inside of the chicken, I'm going to make lemon wedges, okay? I'm going to just go ahead and use the rest of this lemon here from our slices and just make some lemon wedges. Yes. Can you post the meat co-op? So Cheryl is asking, can I post the meat co-op? Yes. I hope it works, but in the very top, if you click on the see more above the video, you'll see links that will take you to our site that will show you the meat co-op I use. Okay, so here's my chicken. Okay, so we've got the pot ready, and now I have my chicken, and all I like to do is just squeeze some lemon juice on the outside of the chicken. This is a very simple flavoring and super frugal. Doesn't take hardly any ingredients, okay? And put these lemon wedges inside of the chicken as we squeeze it, okay? Now if you want a different sort of flavor and rub, it works well with pretty much any chicken flavoring and rub. I'm just showing you what I do when I prepare rotisserie chicken for everyday eating and casseroles. If we're eating the chicken, I might use like the whole chicken. If we're eating it as is without putting it in casseroles or anything, I might make it a little bit more of like a taco flavor, you know, or a sort of poultry rub, those kinds of things. The lemon basil is what I use when I'm just trying to get some good flavor out of the chicken, okay? So I've got this stuffed with the lemon, the garlic, and the basil. And so now we're going to put it over here into the Instant Pot. As you can see, I haven't tied it up or done anything special. It's so super minimal. Because one thing that is difficult about roasting, I'm gonna wash my hands, so hang on. About roasting chicken is that, you know, you usually have to rub it and then you have to tie it up. And so it's a lot more work in some sense to roast a chicken. And then you're always like baking it and you're like, is the chicken done? I don't know if it's done. And you're, you know, having to cut into it. Well, this, what I'm going to show you, I've done this multiple times. I've had friends use my method multiple times, and it comes out perfect every time. These are completely defrosted. If they are frozen, you might have to cook them a little longer than 40 minutes. So we have our chicken in here. So now I'm just going to drizzle some olive oil on there, okay? And then I'm going to get some freshly ground pepper and sprinkle that on. Okay, now it's a lot of pepper, but it doesn't come out as much when you mix it all together at the end. And then add some salt. Okay, that's it. Super simple. All right, now I'm going to put the lid on my Instant Pot, okay? And go ahead, sweetie, and just scroll, or not scroll, but put the camera right here in the front so you can see what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it on, okay? And I'm going to put it to manual, set it for 40 minutes using the plus or minus. You can just use minus or plus to get to 40 minutes. And you want it on high pressure, okay? That's it. So once you have that set, make sure the lid's locked, and then you can walk away and let it do its job, and you will have perfect chicken in 40 minutes. Okay, so now my next goal that I've shown you now what the after looks like first, right? And that we've put this in the Instant Pot. That only took us, what, maybe 5-6 minutes to prepare that. So now we just have to wait. So if you're planned and you plan for dinner, you know, an hour ahead, you only have to have maybe 10 minutes of hands-on work, but then you have awesome chicken in 40 minutes. Okay, so what I want to show you now is how I divide the chicken into multiple meals, 3 to 5 meals. Like I said, if I'm buying a whole chicken that's already cooked, the rotisserie chicken from like Sam's Club or Costco, I can generally get about 5 meals out of it. These ones are smaller. I think that's partly because they're not pumped with extra hormones and those kinds of things, and they're fresh from the farm. And so they are a little smaller. They're probably about 3/4 of a pound to a pound smaller than the chickens I would get at the grocery store, okay, that are already cooked. So we're going to try to see how many meals I can get out of them. But I usually use about a cup of chicken per meal. And as I'm doing this and breaking the chicken apart, I'm going to talk about the different meals that I make with the rotisserie chicken. So today I actually have 3 chickens that I've made to show you the whole process, which is great because once you cook it and you divide it into the different portions that you want to use for meals, you can freeze those portions. So you don't have to use all 5 of it now. You could if you wanted to. We also have guests coming this weekend, and so this was perfect because I can cook all of this chicken beforehand, which will make meal prep super easy when they're here, so I can spend more time with our guests rather than cooking. So let me go ahead and get out the chicken that I cooked earlier. Okay, I cooked it just about an hour ago. So, and then we can even get this one. This one's still a little hot. We just pulled this one out, and I would recommend waiting until it cools off before you start sticking your fingers in it. So can you grab us some Ziploc bags so we can put these in Ziploc bags? Okay, Huh? Just sandwich bags are great. I forgot to get Ziploc bags out. Okay, so here's my chicken. And what I'm gonna do, got a cutting board here. I'm just gonna start peeling this apart. And what I love about this chicken versus like the one I get at the grocery store, I generally don't even need a knife. I can just pull the meat off and not even have to cut anything, okay? So let's go ahead and show you this, okay? And I want you to see like the chicken breast here. Got all this chicken breast meat. And also grab me another bowl too so I can separate this from the pan, okay? Thank you, darling. Okay, we're gonna pull all this off. And what's great about this is we can get every bit of meat off, which is even better than when you cook it in the oven or roast it in the oven, because it's still difficult to get some of the meat off. But in this case, because it's falling off the bone literally, we can get all of the meat off of this chicken. And what I love about this is I've cooked 3 chickens this morning. We're in the process of cooking number 3 right now. I can prepare all this. My hands-on time up to this point has only been about 20 minutes. The most labor-intensive part is going to be getting all the meat off of the chicken to be able to package it for future meals, okay? But you can just see how this is just falling off the bone. And so it's super, super easy to separate the meat from the actual chicken. And so just gonna show you how much we're getting here, okay? All right, you wanna help me out here?
I can't find it.
Okay, here, you help me out here. We're gonna both do this. To save time, look at how much meat we already have from one chicken, and look at how much we still have left. There's a lot of meat on rotisserie chickens. When you eat them as a rotisserie chicken, careful what you're throwing in there. Oh. My daughter just threw a piece of bone in there because she's moving too fast. You can see how much meat you can get out of this, and how you can see if you turn these into chicken tacos, you can take like a cup of this meat chopped up with a can of beans, and you'll get a huge amount of chicken taco mix, if you will, to put in tacos. We are a family of 8, and this lasts us for, like I said, 3 to 5 meals, depending on the original size of the whole chicken, okay? But look at how much we have so far. We have a lot. Can you hear the Instant Pot sizzling? Can you hear that? Get up close so you can see if they can hear that. I'd love to know if anybody can hear that. I should wash my hands and check and see if there's any comments. It's just sizzling away. Okay, so we are getting a really good amount of meat off of this. So like I said, I use about a cup of chicken per meal. I make chicken soup, and for the tummy filler, as I call it, I will use noodles, like egg noodles, rice, and sometimes a chicken potato soup, like a creamy chicken potato soup. And a cup of chicken goes a long way in soup. And you can make a lot for a lot of people with using very little chicken. That's what I love about mixing chicken and beef even into soups or into tacos. I also like to make chicken salad sandwiches. And the thing that with chicken salad sandwiches, I actually mix in spinach, and I actually mix it into the salad or put it on the sandwich, along with celery, walnuts, craisins or grapes. And with those extra ingredients, you can take a cup of chicken and it'll end up being like 3 cups, especially when you add the spinach. And we can easily make 8 chicken salad sandwiches from that 1 cup of chicken. So that's one example. Another thing that we enjoy making is like a pasta taco casserole. So we do it with beef or chicken using the same exact principle. So we'll take our cup of chicken, we'll mix it with a can of beans. And then what we'll do is make the pasta, use our homemade taco seasoning mix, and a little bit of cheese, mix it all together, and we have a taco pasta. And it's delicious. We do a lot of Mexican meals with our rotisserie chicken. I've mentioned tacos. We also like to do enchiladas. And enchiladas are chicken enchiladas. Same thing, you put a little bit of chicken and we mix it with beans so that it stretches, and we get the protein from the beans as well as from the chicken. And so we're getting it from multiple sources. Another thing that we like to make is a chicken quinoa salad. And quinoa is a great source of protein. Again, a cup of chicken goes a long way for quinoa salad. Okay, I think we've gotten a pretty good amount of this off. As you can see, we have about 4 servings, I would say. So not quite the 5 that I usually get from Costco or Sam's Club chicken, but this was a more frugal, healthier chicken option, and it's delicious. And so looking at this, we have about 4 cups. And so I'm going to be able to get 4 meals out of this. So I can just keep adding this chicken to this, okay? But let's go ahead and divide this. So my daughter said she couldn't find the sandwich bags, so I'll get them. So just keep the camera on that for a minute while I'm talking. So I actually divide it out before we eat it. And the reason why I divide it before we eat it is so that we don't eat the chicken from another meal. And so as soon as I cook it, or as soon as I bring it home from the grocery store, I immediately divide it so that we have enough. And the sandwich bags were in plain sight. It's just called what it is to be a mom, I guess, right? Okay, let me get a cup measuring spoon so that we can measure this chicken out. Okay, all right, come here, darling. We're going to put these into different bags. Now I'm going to be using all of these this week, and then putting all of this week, and then I'm going to freeze the meat from this chicken and the chicken that's in the Instant Pot now, so that we'll have about 8 servings of pre-cooked rotisserie chicken, okay? All right, let's go ahead and scoop this up. Can you hold this bag for me, love? Okay, so let's see if we can get this chicken in here, okay? So there's one, and that's more than enough. Just break this up, mix with a can of beans, and you can see how we'll have like a portion of chicken taco meat about that size. So that's a really good amount for like chicken tacos or whatever, okay? Chicken soup, fajitas. What else do we make with our chicken, guys? I'm kind of getting a little bit of a brain fart, if you will. We make a number of things. See, there's another portion, okay? Chopped up nicely into chicken enchiladas, again, combined with a can of beans. Chicken quinoa salad. That's right, chicken quinoa salad. This is a perfect portion, chopped up into chicken quinoa salad. And then quinoa is a great source of protein, so we can mix this with a couple cups of quinoa and have quite a yummy dish. I also make a chicken rice casserole, and it looks like we actually have almost 5 servings here. So we have just a little bit more chicken left, not quite 5. So we'll just make these a little bit more than 1 cup. But there you go, okay? So then these will freeze nicely, so just go ahead and add those to whatever cups you want. Or we can just add it to that. Yeah, so there you go. There you have it. The lemon basil rotisserie chicken, but cooked perfectly in an Instant Pot in 40 minutes. And then you let it cool a little bit, then you can eat it as it is if you want, with that delicious lemon basil flavor and the salt and pepper, so good. Or you can do what we like to do, which is spread it even further to save even more money and make it last for 3 to 5 meals. So anyway, I hope you learned something. If you want to see if you're just now joining us and you want to see the results of our 40-minute chicken cooking time in the Instant Pot, it's at the beginning of the video, so you can see that when I end this and post it. We started with the end, just because I didn't want you to have to sit here and look at me for 40 minutes. But anyway, if you have questions, leave your comments below, and I will get to answering those questions as soon as I can. Again, the place where I get my whole chickens, fresh from the farm, not frozen, is from a meat co-op. That's a nationwide co-op. That link is up above in the description, as well as a link to the Instant Pot I use. The Instant Pot that I use is the 6-quart 7-in-1. I got it for, I want to say it was $79 a couple of years ago. It's $99 now, but I know a whole bunch of you got Instant Pots yesterday on Amazon Prime Day. And so I had messages saying, hey, I really want you to show me how to make those whole chickens now because I have an Instant Pot now. And so I realized that a lot of you probably are going to be getting Instant Pots in the mail from Amazon in the next day or 2. So now you have an idea of a quick meal that you can make. We love our Instant Pot. The thing that we cook the most in it is rice. And we cook rice probably 3 or 4 times a week. The really dark rices, the wild rices, they have really good amounts of protein in them. And we buy them in bulk so that we can get them for less than the cost of the quick white rice. And so it's super, super frugal. Anyway, I hope you learned some things. Enjoy this quick, easy recipe for delicious tasting chicken. Ask your questions and enjoy your Instant Pots. You're going to love them. So anyway, we'll talk to you later. And if, like I said, questions, leave them below. I'll get to them. Thank you. Bye-bye.